We're live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Live from the GME studio, it's Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs.
Are you an entrepreneur who has felt like you were all alone on your business adventure? Well, you're in the right place.
You know, being an entrepreneur can be lonely and challenging at times, looking for people to bounce ideas off of and get feedback.
Welcome to Good Morning Entrepreneurs,
the show designed by entrepreneurs for entrepreneurs just like you.
Keep watching for your dose of entrepreneurial fun with the roving reporters and, of course, Kim and Kerry.
As we like to say around here, buckle up, Buttercup.
Good morning, entrepreneurs, and welcome to show number 55. I cannot believe it's 55, but we are back. Good morning, Jill. Good morning, Kat. Good morning, Adam.
Good morning.
Good morning to everybody. We look so good this morning. Just going to say welcome, and welcome everybody who is listening. And to start us off, Adam, I think that we are going to take a trip to Entrepreneur Land, where today's theme is connecting your business.
We love Entrepreneur Land around here.
Love the intro.
It's such a catchy tune.
It is.
So let me do a little splaining around here for a second. I'm going to go rogue for a minute because I need to set the scene really quickly. So I am obviously here with three lovely, amazing humans who are absolutely capable of doing the show by themselves, each one individually, but it's so much more fun when we do it together. So Jill is coming in today, and welcome, Jill. We need her to come in because I'm low on bandwidth and I get really rogue when I'm low on bandwidth. So Jillo, thank you for filling in today as co-host.
I'm happy to be doing this. Yay.
We're very excited to have you here.
Welcome, Jill.
And we have the freaking fabulous Kat Corchado in the house again. We are grateful, Kat, for you flying with your cape and like co-hosting with us as well.
I have fun doing this. You guys think of this as like, oh, we got to do that. I'm like, hey, let's do this. This is fun. I get to play.
And then I also want to say Adam Rothenberg, the famous interview king, y'all, is in the house. He is here to also co-host. And I just want to say thank you to the three of you for making this show special. And I am headed to the green room as soon as you introduce the first segment, Adam.
All right. Well, it is time to get our weekly update of what the community has been doing together, because we believe that business is better together. So let's go to the GME Chronicles with Jill Olish.
Thank you, Kerry and Kim. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the GME Chronicles. My name is Jill Olish, and I have some updates to share with you today on April 5th, 2024. The GME Chronicles is the celebration of moving the needle in our businesses, and we want to share these numbers out loud with you to show what is possible when we come together. The total of 17 events last week included Kat's Pilates classes, website royalty with My Sexy Business, and 6 mastermind sessions. On Clubhouse, Kat and Yvonne hosted on Monday, Adam and Denise hosted the My Sexy Business Not Creepy room on Wednesday, followed by mine and Linda's room on Thursday. And on LinkedIn Audio, Kat and Yvonne had their room on Monday, and Donna had hers on Tuesday. Adam posted 2 interviews, My Sexy Business posted a blog, 107 YouTube clips, and was live with show number 54 of GME. Donna hosted her show and tell, and Yvonne and Kat went live with the Salty Sisters live stream. 7 new podcast episodes dropped. Go check them out. We had Bearing It All with Call Me Adam, Mucked Up My Self-Care, Late Bloomer Living, Sisters in Service, The Money Barista, Buckets and Boom Gates, and the 5 and 15 Interview Leadership Series. This week's total of 137 brings our grand total to 4,203 amazing things. We look forward to more updates next week. And if you are ready to join in the fun around here, coming up this week, we have Sticky Note Time Accountability and TNT website workshop tomorrow morning, and the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit on Friday, April 12th. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
We have been busy, busy, busy.
Yes, we have. And I love, Jill, I just want to say I love the addition of the microphone to the GME Chronicles.
Thank you.
And should we do a cheers to all the great things that we have done as a community this week?
Oh,
Let's
I think
do it.
so.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And
I have my water bottle.
Love it. And we should do a cheers to Kerry, who is still out saving the world of her clients. So cheers to Kerry.
Cheers to Kerry.
We
We
can't
miss
wait for you
you.
to come back. Yes.
We miss you. I hope she has a lot of apes, because it seems like she's going to be going through them a lot. I'm just going to say. Saving the world.
Exactly.
Adam, do we have a question of the week?
Yes, we do, Kat. Let me pull that up. Here's a question from one of our viewers this week. How can I take time off without worrying about what needs to be done?
Who's going to go first?
I'll jump in and say one thing I do when I'm getting ready to take time off is I like to make sure I have any social media posts I want to go out while I'm going to be away. I like to make sure I have those all pre-scheduled. If I also try to write my Call Me Adam digest in advance and have that scheduled. So I guess the short answer should be I try to schedule things that I want to be sent out while I'm away. So that way, while I'm having fun somewhere in the sun, my things can be going out for everybody to see.
I like that, Adam.
That's good. I know for me, I try to plan it out as far in advance as possible on my calendar so I can Tetris what needs to happen around that. So I'm not leaving anything undone, unanswered. It's all prepared ahead of time. And along those same lines, Adam, whatever needs to go out during that time I'm away is ready to go. And I know ahead of time instead of last minute.
Okay, so I think I do what both of you do, but I think for me with clients, if I have clients, I try to double up on a week so they won't miss any Pilates at all or any other classes, and just make sure everything's taken care of. I try to take the miscellaneous stuff that I think can wait. I either try to get it done or I leave it for until I get back from my vacation. So I love
this
all
way
those
you have something
points.
to look forward to.
Oh, is that what we call it? Oh, that's okay. I get it. And on that note, let's go to my salty sister, Yvonne Marchese, and entrepreneurs later in life.
Yvonne Marchese, age agitator, podcast host, community builder, branding photographer, published author, event speaker, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. This is Yvonne Marchese coming to you as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. I'm your resident age agitator, here to talk about later in life entrepreneurship. There's something I think is especially challenging for entrepreneurs who are coming into the game later in life, and that is the desire to look like we have our stuff together. I want to talk about experimentation and embracing a beginner mindset. I think we've all at this point heard of the fixed mindset versus the growth mindset, and it can be especially hard as we get older to embrace that growth mindset because we've been there, done that. We got the t-shirt. We know how this works. But what if we approached situations and initiatives in our business with curiosity and a sense of experimentation instead of the need to succeed and meet certain parameters and have it all figured out before we even get into it? What if we do a little bit of research and development and always look at it as research and development whenever we do something in our business? So that gives us room to learn from our failures. That's all for now. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
I think Yvonne is the epitome of approaching things in a playful way. And what she has done is she did it, y'all. She did it. She wrote a book. It's called In Full Bloom. And it's a guide to aging playfully. And it's just a way of looking at things, looking at beautiful things. If you've ever watched something beautiful and you just took a moment and you just looked at it and you weren't thinking about anything in particular. And that's what her book is. It's beautiful. The quotes are beautiful. She's an amazing person. And, you know, I'm a personal friend of hers, I can say. And she's awesome.
Kat, I think you're more than a personal friend of hers. You're the other half of the Salty Sisters.
I am.
And with that, I think we should go to your segment on health and wellness for entrepreneurs. Well, that's what we're going to go to.
The friggin' fabulous Kat Corchado, proud US Air Force veteran, health and wellness professional, founder of Small Space Pilates, podcast host, published author, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. Today's stretch has to do with the upper body. So you notice that when we're sitting at our desk a lot, we tend to do a lot of this. Do you notice this? Can you see it from the side? Super attractive, right? So here's what I want you to do. Separate your feet. You can do this sitting at your desk or standing. And what you're going to do is take both hands. You're going to interlace the fingers and stretch. Now, if this is too much for your fingers, you can always just grab your wrist between your index finger and thumb. Press straight up like you're going to go here. Now just pull the arms over your head like you're trying to push your chest through your arms. Do you feel that stretch? And now round. And then switch sides. Up. Pull the arms through. Or pull your chest through. How about that? So pull your chest. And again, pull your chest like you're trying to pull your arms back. Reach up to the ceiling. And then round. And then roll up. Ooh, that's a good one. All right, so let me know how this is working for you. Until next time. Yes, I'll be back again. Back to you, Kim and Kerry. I was a little saucy there, I'm just going to say.
I'm so glad we just did that in the green room because my back popped in such a great way. I really needed that this morning.
I love the way that some of these stretches can be super simple, but so effective. I love simplicity.
I feel very limber now, and like that I could actually carry on with the show. I really did feel it on both sides. I did have to make an adjustment because I kept my hands interlaced and I forgot to switch from one wrist to the other. So once I switched, then I felt it on the other side.
I love the way that, doing modifications can help people in different ways. So let's go to a word from our sponsor for Groundwork Brigade Mastermind.
Yes. And actually, before we go to our sponsor, Kat, I have to tell everybody that if you are looking for more exercises and you want to feel good in your body, you have to connect with Kat to take her SS Pilates, because she is offering a free week trial. So you definitely, if you want to feel even more effects from stretches like that and everything else Kat offers, connect with her and find out how you can take advantage of that free week.
Thank you, Adam. And if you're on the fence, let's just have a conversation. Let's just chat. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. And now we'll go to our sponsor.
This show is sponsored by Groundwork Brigade Mastermind. Are you an entrepreneur who is focused on making an impact,
but you haven't figured out how to make an income doing it?
We spent years trying to figure out how to do both.
And we realized the business adventure is not a one-size-fits-all. I'm Kim White. I'm the founder and fierce leader of the My Sexy Business team.
And I'm Kerry Zarb, Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine.
And she's a brilliant entrepreneur, by the way.
We both understand how it feels to believe we are the only ones who can't figure things out.
So we decided to join forces so we could get in the trenches with you.
We lead a very special mastermind group so you can be confident in strategically implementing
the right things in the right order so that you too can get the best possible results.
We cover a variety of topics based on what you need,
including building a business that you own and doesn't own you.
We even address things like social media strategy and simple tech solutions.
If you would like to meet other entrepreneurs who are living proof of what is possible,
come and join us at Groundwork Brigade Mastermind Open House.
All right. So, Jill, can I just say one thing? Speaking of masterminders, I just want to let everyone know, if you are looking to come meet other masterminders, one place you can do that is next Friday at the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit, which is taking place on April 12th at 6 p.m. Central Time. So that is one place that you will get to know some of these masterminders a little bit more. And we hope that you will tune in. And if you RSVP on the Mind Sexy Business website that you are going to be watching the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit, we will then send you a link to join us at the after party where you'll get to know us even more.
I love that. Thank you for saying that, Adam, because it's a very exciting event that we have every quarter. So there's so much fun things that we can share that have come out of our Groundwork Brigade Mastermind and Fire Up Mastermind, like the collaboration between myself and our upcoming roving reporter, whose segment I'd love to head to. But we do have Linda Bonney coming up with conversations for storytelling for entrepreneurs up next.
Linda Bonney is a published author, conversationalist, writer, storyteller, podcast host, production manager, and GME roving reporter.
Good morning, entrepreneurs. Today I want to talk about conversational openers. I think part of being an entrepreneur sometimes is agonizing over how to approach someone or how to get started in a conversation. Now, have a think about the context where you might need to do that. Perhaps it's a Zoom meeting and you've arrived a few minutes early and the recorded official part of the meeting hasn't started yet. Perhaps you're at a networking event. Perhaps you bump into someone who you know is entrepreneur-minded. Some conversation openers might include, what brings you here? How do you know the host? Have you been here before? Maybe it's even, what's the best thing on the menu? Starting a conversation with someone doesn't need to be too scary or too hard, and practice really helps. So think about what are some conversation openers that feel natural and easy for you to remember. What are some of the best conversation openers you've heard? That's it for now. Back to you in the GME studio.
Well, if I can just tell you guys one little thing about Linda is that without having conversations with her, so frequently, like we do in our clubhouse room together and on our podcast. Last week, when I went to lunch and sat next to a random gentleman, I never would have gotten into a conversation with him like I did, because I was so prepared after almost a year of talking with Linda and her amazing tips and having conversations. And we had a beautiful conversation with this gentleman, and it was completely random, out of the blue. And I never would have been as prepared if I hadn't been practicing all this time in having these conversations.
That is really great, Jill, that you were able to apply those to the real life situation.
Yeah, it was great. So coming up, we wanted to make sure that everybody knew that Linda's third volume of the collection for Stories with the Sunday Roast is out. And I think she's even working on putting together the whole entire trio for everyone to buy. So be sure to check out her collection of books 1, 2, and 3 that are out now.
I have book 1 to show.
Oh, yay. They're so great. I think I'm missing one of them. I can't wait to go get it myself.
I don't think I've ever had a problem starting a conversation. I'm not really sure why that is, but I don't know. I love talking to people, so I love starting a conversation. And I think one of the ways I've started a conversation is actually just complimenting someone on something that they're wearing. And I truly mean it, by the way. I'm just not going to say that just to start a conversation.
Kat, you probably haven't had trouble starting a conversation because you're so freaking fabulous.
I love you, Adam. You're so awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome. And somebody else who's freaking fabulous is our next roving reporter, where we are going to be going to Denise Malay's segment on helping entrepreneurs be found online.
Denise Malay, a findability queen, tech simplifier, game show host, published author, website builder, founder of M Media Group and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. Good morning, everyone. Today, I'm going to answer the question or ask you the question, what is their goal? We've talked a lot about who they are, who our clients are, what the right mix of clients is that we're targeting as a business owner and an entrepreneur. What we haven't discussed is what makes this right fit client of ours that we're looking for sit down at a search engine. What's the specific reason they start the search? As entrepreneurs, our challenge is to know our clients well enough to understand why they are searching, to understand their goal for the conversation, their beginning. What made them stop to look for something? Was it a specific question? Are they trying to learn something about a topic? Are they filling in gaps in their knowledge? Are they comparing different approaches and providers? Putting ourselves in their shoes, using our imaginations to envision what they're experiencing, we can speak to their needs and their goals. We can connect to our right fit clients by providing content that addresses these specific goals in the moment for them. Our helpful, useful information can facilitate an introduction for them to who we are and do it in a way that's not salesy or overly pushy. It's helpful. And this makes their journey that much easier. It helps them find what they need and continue on the road so that they can get to their destination. And along the way, they start a relationship with us and they understand us a little bit more. We want to do this because we want to be helpful. We want to be findable with the content they need, because if they can't find us, they can't do business with us. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
Can I just say, every time her segment comes up and she has the crown on, that when she does her segment, I expect to see the crown on her. Because she looks so good in it. She is the findability queen, and queen should have a crown. I'm just going to say.
I 100% agree with you, Kat. So Denise, please start wearing your crown in all of your segments. We would love it.
She would love that.
And the other amazing thing about Denise is, as the findability queen, she has put out a book called Be Findable. If they can't find you, they can't do business with you. And in here are so many great tips and tricks of how you can help make yourself more findable. And I love that for all the conversations that I've had with Denise, I just started reading the book. I'm still discovering something new that we didn't get to talk about. So I'm very thankful that we have a Denise in this community, and that she has shown us so many ways to make ourselves more findable. And as you apply them, I mean, I noticed with my own website a difference from before I started using Denise's tricks to where I am now. I do notice more people are finding me, and I'm very grateful for that.
I haven't gotten her book yet. It's on my wish list, I'm just going to say. But, if you're out there and you think, oh, I don't know how to do any of this, Denise breaks it down in such a way that it just makes it easy to understand. So don't be afraid of all the SEO and the blah, blah, blah. Denise breaks it down for you in a way where you go, oh, okay, that makes sense to me. Because if I can do it, y'all, anybody can do it. I'm just going to say. And speaking of amazing humans like our Denise, let's go to our next roving reporter. And we're going to talk to Donna, who is our givologist, about the art of givology.
Donna Bender is a certified givologist, branded product specialist, corporate marketing trainer, creator of The Giving Plan, show host, published author, and GME roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. This is Donna Bender coming to you today as a roving reporter for Good Morning Entrepreneurs. Today's Surprise and Delight marketing segment is on why celebrating your clients on wacky holidays is a winning strategy. Sunday's Easter, and I'm here dressed as your friendly neighborhood Easter bunny to share a little secret that is a winning strategy in the way you connect with your clients. Why wait for the big end of the year holidays when every day could be special? Imagine the surprise and delight on your clients' faces when they receive a card or a small gift of appreciation on National Donut Day, or maybe even International Talk Like a Pirate Day. It's unexpected, memorable, and fun. You see, when you celebrate these quirky and wacky holidays, your gifts and messages won't just be another drop in the ocean of holiday greetings. They'll stand out, make your clients feel truly special and valued. And in the world of marketing, a positive customer experience and making someone feel unique is vital to building long-lasting relationships. This isn't just about being different, although I'm not sure how many people would dress up like the Easter Bunny to make a point. It's a strategic move. By choosing these unconventional moments to show appreciation, you're not only building stronger, more personal relationships with your clients, but you're setting yourself apart from the competition. It's a win-win. So let's make every day a reason to celebrate and create moments of joy and connection on different wacky holidays throughout the year. Because in the end, it's those unexpected surprises that delight your clients and build long-lasting relationships that keep them coming back for more. So let's hop to it and make every day a holiday. Back to you, Kim and Kerry.
I love her surprise and delight marketing. I mean, her segments are so awesome. And if I have been on the receiving end of one of, Donna's surprise packages, and it's so nice for it to be a Wednesday and you get a package and it's not from Amazon. Although I do get excited about Amazon packages too, even though I already know what's in it. Does anybody else do that? Do you've ordered something from Amazon and you get
I forget all the time what I've ordered. I'm like, oh wait, what is this?
But her segments are amazing. If you haven't been to, one of her segments, or you haven't seen one of her segments, she's just amazing at what she does. And she is also an author. And her book is The Art of Giveology. And she gives all kinds of tips on ways to, thank customers or thank clients or even, brand marketing. She has so many tips that she put in this book. So thank you, Donna.
Yeah. And she even includes the entire calendar year for all the wacky holidays that you might be interested in sharing that surprise and delight gifting to whoever it is that you are trying to do that with, because I love her stories about especially the wacky socks holiday and who might be really liking the socks. So it's always fun to go through that list and see, well, how can I really brighten someone's day?
And some of those holidays you don't even know unless you're in the know with Donna. You wouldn't know those holidays exist, but I think it gives you ideas. You're like, oh, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
So, and that's another book that's on my wish list. I'm just going to say. So
yep. I think it's in my Amazon cart still.
Exactly.
I'll be one of those deliveries that I forgot I ordered and surprise.
I know.
Well, I think now we might be heading to another one of our sponsors for a 1-minute commercial.
Have you ever looked at your bank account or credit card statement and found charges you forgot to cancel? Do you have a sinking feeling that you are spending money on things you no longer use? I'm Kerry Zarb, the Money Barista, and I share a free tool that has saved users over $116,000. If you want to get in control of your recurring payments, then the Money Barista Savings Tool is the free step for you. I host a live tour of the Savings Tool every quarter. It's completely free for you to attend and get this amazing tool. Let me show you how this tool can save you money and help you track your progress. Head over to kerryzarb.com/savings to register for the next live tour. And while you're there, grab your free and private copy of the Money Barista Savings Tool so that you can get started on saving money today.
Oh my gosh. I am so excited for Kerry's segment, which is coming up in just a moment. But I just wanted to touch on the savings tool and how much it has helped me. And that was my first step into getting in control of my business finances. Because of the Money Barista Savings Tool, I was able to see all of the recurring subscriptions I had amassed, and it allowed me to go through them and see which ones I am using and I'm not using, and allowed me to cancel the ones that I'm no longer using. So I highly recommend anybody who is looking to get in control of their business finances to start with Kerry's savings tool, because it was a game changer for me.
It was definitely my introduction into the Money Barista Savings Tool and Finance Club, Money Barista Club. And it's still something I'm using now because I just added a whole bunch of new subscriptions that I have to remember to add so they don't pop up, and not just have them in my calendar that they're going to be coming up due soon. So I'm looking forward to what she has to bring us today.
Yes. And if you are looking to try the Money Barista Savings Tool, don't forget Kerry's live tour is coming up on Wednesday, April 17th at 5 p.m. Central Time. So she will be going back out on tour with the Money Barista Savings Tool, and that's where you can discover how to use it. Kerry will show you during that tour. So with that, let's go to Kerry's segment, the Money Barista herself, and we are going to be talking about decision making from our digits.
Kerry Zarb is a rock star podcaster, brilliant entrepreneur, director of Zinc Business Solutions, cover girl, mastermind leader, and GME roving reporter. Let me introduce you to Kerry Zarb, the Money Barista. In her famous words, let's go, it's coffee time. She also says happy biz beans to you because she's a financial guru. She hosts the Money Barista podcast. She has the Money Barista Savings Tool that she created and has saved over $100,000 for this community. She also is the leader of the Money Barista Club, where she helps everybody get in control of their finances, and she's the author of the Money Barista book, All Things Money and Coffee. She loves beans of all kinds.
Welcome to the Virtual Cafe for this week's segment on business finances. And today I want to talk about decision making from our digits. Why is it important to be able to make decisions based on what our business finances are telling us? Well, first things first, you need to know your numbers to be able to make decisions. Decisions come in all shapes and sizes, and perhaps it's something as little as $5 a month on a new subscription. Maybe it comes down to, can I afford to hire some help in my business? All these things come from making decisions based on those digits. If you're behind with your business finances, and trust me, I understand this is very normal, by the way. If you are behind, you can't make those decisions. You can't read the numbers. Have you thought about if you do have the numbers up to date, if you can read the numbers, even if you can just look at them and start to form a bit of a picture, you can make a bit of a plan, and you can actually use the digits to make those decisions. Sometimes in business, we don't know our numbers. Sometimes we're in a panic. If we are in touch with our numbers, we already know what that decision needs to be. When we're behind with our business finances, we're flying blind. We're doing things we don't know that we can afford. The pendulum can swing both ways. You can be spending money you can't afford, and you could be actually saving money that's costing you money. I want you to know that you can make great decisions from your business finances. It might take a little bit of time, but I have faith in you. I know that you can make great decisions from those digits once you give yourself the opportunity to sit down and look at them and start to understand them using bite-sized pieces of time. That's all today from the Virtual Cafe. Back to you, Kim.
Oh my gosh. I love Kerry's segment so much.
I will say, I made a promise to myself that this year would be the year I wasn't going to fly blind with business finances. And it's been a heavy lift, but I'm working with the spreadsheets and the tools that she's given us in the club and really trying to put the effort in to make sure that I can make really good financial decisions this year, because it's not comfortable when you're flying blind, for sure.
Definitely not. And I'm very proud of you, Jill, for taking advantage of the tools that Kerry offers in the club. It certainly has helped. It has helped me, and I'm happy not to be flying blind either because of Kerry.
You've been an inspiration to me, Adam, in how you've put a lot of work into your business finances. So thank you.
You're welcome.
And thank you, Kerry. So would this be the right time to introduce our next segment for Military Minute, Adam?
This would be Jill,
Great.
and I'll let you introduce it.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I'm so excited to hear again from Kat and Kim a little bit more about their Military Minute and what they're talking about today with starting business from a passion.
Tell me, Kat, about the thing that lights you up, and how did you know that was the thing?
Well, all things fitness, wellness, health, etc. I started my career in fitness just taking classes. So, the fitness geek that was always in the front row, right or left of the instructor, that was me. And little did I know that she was getting ready to leave, because she was military also, and she's going to another assignment. And she asked me if I would take the class over. And yes, I did. I did that throughout the rest of my career in the military. And it was making extra money, actually. I mean, I liked it a lot. And then I got out of the military thinking that I should, see, there's that word, go get a management job. And I just it was so heavy. You know, you eat something really like a big fat burger and fries, and it just sits in your stomach, and you're like, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable. That's what it felt like. And I talked to my husband. I said, I think I can make this fitness thing work. And I got my personal training certification, and it just blew up from there. And that's where I started my Pilates. My passion is feeling that everyone has the right to feel good in their body. That's my passion. And I call myself a movement specialist because that's what I've been doing all along, is watching people move. Some badly, by the way, but only in that they didn't know how to move. And once you point it out to people, then they understand. That's why I started my business.
Oh, Kat, I have to tell you, I was one of those people that would be up near the instructor too, because I was always bad at my movements.
Yeah, I think when people are able to, when you tell them, or they understand how they're moving and how it's affecting their whole body, and then they're able to change it. You can change it when you're aware of it, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's always been my motto. But those segments are so much fun. I love talking about. I don't know if it shows through, but it does. It's a lot of fun.
And I love how your passion for it came up during something else that you were doing that was completely unrelated, just where you discovered this unintentionally and then went with it. So it's amazing how you were able to find that passion through something else.
It was definitely by accident. I'm just kidding. It was a happy accident. I'll put it that way. And speaking of another amazing human, we're going to go to our next roving reporter, Jill Olish with Mama Entrepreneurs.
Jill Olish is the founder of Mama Outspoken, executive team leader, postpartum awareness advocate, vision board party host, event coordinator, podcast host, GME associate producer, and roving reporter.
Thanks, Kerry and Kim. I've been talking a little bit about the entrepreneurial adventure and working from home and those benefits of doing that. And I've already mentioned flexibility and no unnecessary pressure and the fact that I get to live the life that I want to. But I don't get to live out my life that I want to without the boom gates that I put down in order to not allow my business to own me. I run my business. I tell my business what I will be doing and when I will be doing it. And practicing leaving the guilt at the door is what is positively reinforcing that I own my business, that it doesn't own me in my life. And I think we can get carried away as entrepreneurs thinking we have to do all the things all the time. And that's not always true. We might have deadlines, we might have goals that are coming up quickly, and momentum might start really making us go forward, but it doesn't mean that we need to get swept up under that flow of the momentum and be carried away into letting our business take control. Practicing being in control of your business can help you live out your dream life now and instead of in 20 years down the road. That's one of the positives that I have found in leaving my guilt at the door and taking control of my calendar, being flexible and having no unnecessary pressures, that I am owning me. I'm owning all the roles that I play and controlling where things fit in. Back to you, Kerry and Kim.
I love all of it, what she said, because I was like, yeah, owning me, because that's where it starts, right? It starts with us. And I do have to say that Jill is one of our new authors. Holly Taunton, who is in our circle, and she does New Author Intensive 1 and 2. And she just published a book called Your Purpose is Calling, which features a chapter of our very own Jill Olish and Kerry Zarb. And by the way, I'm going to tell you a secret, so you can't tell anybody, okay? Jill has a book coming out too soon. Shh. Just saying.
Oh my gosh, that is so exciting.
Well, thank you for spilling the secret, Kat.
Okay, it's not a secret anymore.
Do you know what I thought of, Jill, when I kept watching your segments? I kept thinking of that song, You Don't Own Me, the whole time. I was just like, oh my gosh, I love it.
Well, I think we're going to like this next segment also from you, Adam. So I'd love to go to our Entrepreneurs and Entertainment segment.
Adam Rothenberg is a media personality, interview king, clubhouse manager, published author, event coordinator, red carpet correspondent, GME associate producer, and roving reporter.
Thanks, Kim and Kerry. It's Adam, and I am back in the closet for yet another edition of Behind the Curtain. A few weeks ago, I told a behind the curtain story about attending Alicia Minshew and Rebecca Buddig's 2006 fan club party in New York City, and how I gave Alicia a jar of peanut butter and a peanut butter cookbook because I knew she loved peanut butter. Well, here's the second part to that story. I also knew that Rebecca Buddig was an avid knitter. And the first time I met Rebecca, prior to the fan club party, I specifically wore one of my favorite sweaters that my mom had knitted for me. So when I was getting ready to attend their fan club party, I bought Rebecca a knitting book as a gift. And when she opened it, I could tell how much she appreciated it. It would be about 3 years after the fan club party in 2009 that I got the opportunity to interview Rebecca for my entertainment platform. Now, all these years later, what I have learned from Donna Bender is the reason Rebecca most likely remembered me in between our meet and greets was because of the meaningful and memorable gift I gave her at the fan club party. So that is today's Behind the Curtain story. It's back to you in the GME studio.
I love that Donna's advice is helping us all around, because I don't think I'd ever even consider bringing something fun like that to gift one meeting someone. So that's an awesome story to share, Adam. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's also called being in the know, Adam.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I do have to say, your glasses look amazing. I don't know if you wore a different pair, but they look awesome.
No, it's the only pair I have.
Oh, I told him the same thing.
Why do you look different?
Yes, Jill told me that. Here's a behind the scenes story of that. Jill told me, Adam, your glasses and it just looked all so great together. So
okay, good to know.
I did bring along a picture to share if you'd like to see something.
Definitely.
Okay,
Please.
I actually have 2 pictures to share. One is, so in the bottom here, this is the sweater that my mom knitted for me that the first time I met Rebecca, I brought and told her about it because I knew she liked knitting and she enjoyed it. These are some other pictures from other things I've attended with her, but I have the picture of her opening the present that I gave her, the book, and this is her looking through the knitting book.
Oh, how cool.
So this was at the fan club party and somebody was kind enough to snap it for me.
Nice. Very cool, Adam.
Thank you.
That's awesome. Well, I wanted to also say that for more behind the curtain stories like this one that you might have missed or ones that might come up in the future, head over to Adam's website, get on his digest mailing list, and you will be in the know first. So I know I'm on that list. I love getting those emails each week and seeing you here sharing these pictures as well and stories. So if you haven't yet signed up or traveled to his website, be sure to do that.
Thank you.
And with that said, let's take a minute to hear from one of our sponsors for Buckets and Boom Gates.
Once upon a time, there was a princess from Oklahoma living a traveling life in Texas.
When along comes an Aussie bucket of swearing sunshine,
When these two girls from opposite ends of the globe met in February 2021,
Even the universe did not know what it was in for.
determined to solve world problems for entrepreneurs, we still to this day learn just how similar we are.
We have found our passions were too strong not to unite and become the partners in change that we are.
What is a bucket and a boom gate?
So a bucket is basically a category or a way to change how you're looking at something big.
And a boom gate is a way to protect ourselves. Sometimes we need a boom gate to protect ourselves from ourselves.
We have lots of experience of our lifetimes of business, and we want to share that with you.
We look forward to bringing you weekly episodes of the Buckets and Boom Gates podcast.
Well, one way that Kim helps us solve problems is through Princess Speak. And I think it's time that Kim comes back to stage so we can step into Princess Speak.
Surprise! Thank you all. This week's Princess Speak words, I am so got my language broken, I'm going to say, but it's very fitting because the phrase this week is broken bits. And sometimes when we're business owners and entrepreneurs, we will have broken bits in our business that we need to slow down and fix. We just did sequencing in Groundwork Brigade today. And I think it's fitting that when you're connecting the dots for your business, you check all the different bits that connect together, because how many here have had something that was broken and somebody couldn't get to you and you didn't know it? Because I'm pretty sure, and you watching, I'm pretty sure you can raise your hand too. This is one of my silly terms, but I love this one because it really is the broken bits that can keep someone from finding you, from connecting with you, from buying from you. So check those bits.
I think it's important to, I'm sorry, go ahead,
No,
Adam.
you go ahead, Kat. You go first.
I was just going to say that it's important to know that. Sometimes you don't know what you don't know, and you don't realize it's broken until someone brings it to your attention. And now I'm trying very diligently to make sure everything is working the way it should be working. And that's because of you, Kim. So thank you for that.
Thank you for saying that, Kat.
Yes, I've had the recent experience of broken bits on my website in a few ways. And I am very grateful that I have people in my life who took the time to point out to me what wasn't working so I could go ahead and fix it, because I didn't know that they were broken. And another thing that has helped me also make sure things are working is once a month, and this is a tip that Denise Millay gave me, was to once a month check all of the links on my website to make sure they are still working. And I have it on my calendar, and every month I go through to make sure that there are no broken links or a link hasn't expired. And if so, I make sure I update it or I delete the link from my site. So I'm very grateful to Denise for that tip.
And even in our masterminds, the repetitiveness of checking our connections in making sure that those sequences are still intact and that nobody's being dropped off at a dead end someplace when they're coming to find us or connect with us. And that's been really big for, I think, a lot of us in the big things that we're all starting to do. And like when we look at the Chronicles, all these new things that we're starting, like new shows and books, how are we making sure those aren't becoming broken bits? So that's been really helpful in practicing and following through with making sure that we don't have those spots.
Well, I have to say out loud how proud I am of all of you checking those connections, because you can leave people who are looking for you. You can drop them off somewhere and they can't get to you. And that is a sad state of affairs to me.
is you want to make sure that they can find you and do business with you and build a relationship with y'all. If y'all don't already know Adam, Kat, and Jill, I'm going to say you really need to, because they're people to know. So I think that that's an important part. And y'all did a rocking job today. I'm going to say I was playing in the green room and moving around the stage, and I know that they were a little nervous about it, because when I go rogue, I go really rogue, but I'm really proud of y'all for the show.
We just went with the flow, or tried to. I don't think we had a choice, Kim.
No, we did not. We put our best Madonna on, and we went with the flow, like she would say in Vogue. Go with the flow.
I think it's all in good practice for what we have coming up next week as we get ready to have the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit. So there's always ulterior motives, it feels like, when these fun rogue moments come up.
And we are going to be talking about connections on the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit next Friday night at 6 p.m. Central Time. So you want to make sure to tune in for that. And Kim, you know, I realized something about this week's Princess Speak Word of Broken Bits relates very well to last week's Princess Speak Word of Don't Drop Them Off at the Corner. So I like the correlation.
I like that connection, Adam, a lot.
But that's what we're here for. We're here on Good Morning Entrepreneurs for connections, and also with the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit coming up next Friday. It's also all about connections, and we want to connect with you. So we hope that you will tune into that so you can connect with us and we can connect with you.
Absolutely.
I would love to know if you all have any final thoughts, even if they're just random, because I think this show was a little different and I think it was really good, y'all.
I will say I heard so many pieces of each of the Roving Reporter segments that did connect from one to another without the intention behind it, it felt like, that I could just be like, oh, Kat mentioned that here, or Yvonne mentioned that there. And it was so seamless, this the information that we all brought to the table today. So I was very excited to have us all not having broken bits in the topics we talked about today.
I think we all start, I don't want to say sound like each other, but we always start talking, I call them Kim-isms. And I find that I'm always, you know, saying something that Kim said, and everyone's like, oh, that's awesome. I go, I know, right? This came from my mastermind. And so we start talking, you know, and this becomes like part of our vocabulary when we're talking to other entrepreneurs. So it's very, I think you use the word seamless, Jill, where it just we start parroting, you know, but we say it in a way that, you know, that we've heard it and we understand it. So, and that's all Kim, that's a Kim-ism, I'm just going to say.
Thank you for your sweet words, Kat.
I'm just going to say this was a great show. It was a lot of fun to have the layout played with. It kept us on our toes, kept us having no idea what was going to happen. And we hope that you who are watching enjoy the variety that we bring every week and all the different segments. And I know I've said this probably 5 times throughout the show, but you can never say it too many times. I hope you join us next Friday night, April 12th, for the Fierce Entrepreneur Summit. We would love to see you. And as I mentioned earlier, if you RSVP on the My Sexy Business website, you can get a link to join us at the after party, and we can get to know each other even more.
In quick closing, I'm going to say, check your bits, make sure they're not broken, make sure you're connecting, my sweet entrepreneurs out there. So love y'all, and let's dance it out. Join us next Friday at 7 a.m. Central.
This is the team signing off for Good Morning Entrepreneurs.